Hey y'all, it's me, Dr. Lynn Daniel, coming to you today here on my Lynn Daniel channel here on YouTube. This is my podcast. Welcome to the Lynn Daniel podcast. That needs an official name, so you all can help me with naming this podcast. So, welcome. And if you're not subscribed, why aren't you? It's free. Just click that subscribe button and hit that icon, that bell notification icon, so you can know when I upload videos and you can be notified instantly. Supposedly, that's how it works. All right, so today is Sunday, February, 20th? Something 21st, I don't know. I'm on vacation. I don't have to know. But anyway, so today is Sunday. And I'm just coming to talk to you all a little bit about what I've been talking about, the doctorate, okay? The other day on Facebook, I saw a post. It may have been on LinkedIn. I saw a post where a gentleman said something like, enough of this 20 at 20 and 30 at 30s and, acknowledging the young people and their career advancements. He said, I want to hear from someone who completed a doctorate in their 60s after losing everything and having to start all over, And I was thinking, when I read that, I was like, I fit some of that. I don't fit all of his description, but I fit some of that description. I mean, I'm 60. And I have had losses, not everything, praise the Lord, thank you, Jesus, but I've endured some losses in life, And so at the age of 52, I decided I was going to go ahead and pursue the doctorate that I wanted. My first year teaching, I think I verbalized that to a teacher that I wanted a doctorate. And then over the course of my teaching career, at different stages, I just took steps towards it, and I would get reminders of that goal, that spoken desire, that at the time I spoke it didn't have much weight to it. So here I am at the age that I am, and I have successfully completed a doctorate, and I'm furthering, advancing the literature on the topic that is my expertise. So adolescent literacy for adolescents and adolescent refugee students and teachers of those students. And so, I want to talk a little bit about it. Okay, so the first thing I want to say is I truly enjoy teaching. I've been a teacher for almost 4 decades now. I truly enjoy teaching. Even with all the stuff that's going on now is a sifting. It's a sifting. I'm sitting on a stool that's a little bit wobbly. I'm trying to move it back. Okay, so the things that we are enduring in education, or not enduring because many colleagues have left, it's a sifting of the field itself, of how education programming looks and how education is dispensed in the United States to our students. And so it's a sifting. I can expect to see a lot of changes coming out of this sifting. Like right now, teachers are subbing for their colleagues, covering and subbing on their prep time. I don't want to see that become normalized, because we really need our prep time. We really need collaboration time to just sit, unwind physically, and then share with our teams, our departments or our teams or whatever. And so, enduring all of these, remote teaching, subbing for colleagues, losing prep time, having to wear a mask and teach with the mask on, and needing a microphone in some instances, or needing to wear a clear mask so that students can see your mouth and see the position, how you form sounds and letters. I mean, there's so many obstacles and new things that we're dealing with, that the sifting is forcing many people to leave. And so even, under these conditions, teachers are pursuing the doctorate because of whatever their motivation, their love for teaching, their love for academia, their love for like informing their colleagues, or, it's still happening. So me at my age, I just decided in my early 50s that I wanted to make it a reality. I mean, why not? I wasn't doing anything else. And at that time, online programs were being birthed. And so I said, I'm going to try one of these online programs. I looked at a few schools in different states and, did the little research I knew how to do back in that time. And I settled in on the one closest to me in my time zone, and they had good rankings and good ratings and all of that. But yeah, online teaching and learning was new back then, and there was so much that schools didn't know, and that I didn't even know how to navigate Blackboard at that time. Struggling to navigate it, or just to locate documents, read them, and then go through the different sections or the different rooms or whatever on there to find your assignments. It was more than a notion at that time. But here's the thing about it, like us baby boomers, I know many baby boomers who just like to learn, and so they're up on their skills. Like, I know that I lag in comparison to the younger teachers, when it comes to technology, but it's because I have to go through an unlearning curve. So for me, I go back to automatic reset, or to my initial place of knowing, and then I have to move forward from that knowledge base to a technological knowledge base, and then think about how to apply that technology, how to navigate that technology, how to use it for instruction. And so, yeah, for me, there's a little lag time, So, whereas for my younger colleagues, who they were taught like these programs in their undergrad, they were taught to plan lessons using certain platforms, and so it's like breathing to them. It's natural, it's instinctive. Yeah. So to work on a doctorate under these conditions as a teacher you've got to be a phenomenal person, and you've got to know what you want, because the conditions are harsh, and the programs are not easy. They're very taxing, time consuming, and so finding the balance is you're in a unique position. Like, I'm thinking, as I'm speaking, I'm thinking back to like when I was teaching middle school when I first started my doctorate. And so I can remember planning the lessons and it not feeling difficult, because back then we weren't using all these platforms like Nearpod and quizzes, and we weren't using those types of platforms for instruction. We were just doing old-fashioned present the lesson using like the Madeline Hunter method or approach for lesson planning. Have your anticipatory set and go through the lesson, front load and that type of thing. And it was paper and pencil, and you were doing verbal instruction, or you may have a video clip to go along with that to support students' learning. And then you would do a practice, us together, you by yourself, me, us together, then you by yourself, and then they did the assignment. I mean, but nowadays, my team, like, the team lead plans the calendar, based on what the district has already assigned. And then we kind of help out by sharing resources or, making something, and we add it in there into our calendar, or we share it out and say, what do you think about this? And then it gives us a lot of leeway on how to present the lesson, because we have optional tools, different optional tools that we can use. And we can present the lesson using a lot of technology. And even to the point where the students will type their responses on a digital document, which I don't prefer. I prefer a hard copy document because I get a higher rate of return when they're submitted as a hard document. So if you're a classroom teacher and you're considering getting a doctorate under these conditions, man, you really need to map things out. Have an idea. Of course, you go in and you have an idea of what your topic is. You have an idea, because I had an idea, and I was told that my idea wasn't fresh. There was a lot of research on that category of learners and teachers. And so I needed to get specific, hone in. And so even though you go in and you have an idea of what you want to study, just do a lot of reading and be prepared to tweak it a bit, or approach it from a different angle, or, with a variety of questions that you want to answer. And looking at the research, so the current body of literature plus the newer literature that is relevant. So yeah, have that part kind of mapped out, because how in the world are you going to get all your reading and coursework done? I guess you can do it when you're covering a colleague's class during your prep, but usually during that time you're prepping, right? Once you give the assignment, you take the attendance and you do the mundane tasks to get things started. Then once the students get started, for me, I use that time to plan, to load into Canvas the materials for the next day's lesson or the day after that, and the documents and the instructions and that kind of thing. And I can only imagine, if I had to read a chapter in a book or an article and then do an annotated bibliography for a topic or something, and that would be left to do at home. I would have to chunk it down and do a little bit every day. So I don't know. So yeah, so the man had asked a question about, wanting to hear from baby boomers who had completed their doctorates. So I'm a baby boomer, and I completed my doctorate, and I kind of wonder, because I'm a baby boomer, I wonder if that aspect of my, as a candidate at the time, did that interfere, have any weight on the treatment I received, the communication or lack thereof, or the whole process of the doctoral dissertation? I wonder about definitely my race and my age, and then because people form opinions about you, right? And and my role in my school as a classroom teacher. Some people feel that a classroom teacher doesn't deserve a doctorate or doesn't need a doctorate, but it is all based on what your purpose is. If you don't understand the benefits and the reasons for getting a doctorate, then it seems like, yeah, just another degree to hang on a wall. But the doctorate it opens another level of engagement with your community, with your audience on your topic of expertise. And it's a way for you to share your breadth and depth of knowledge on that topic in ways that are meaningful and usable for your audience. So I just think back and I wonder, like, you know, because I'm not an administrator, and my desire is not to be a school administrator, a public school administrator. That is not a desire of mine. Like, did anyone who was important to my education feel like, well, you don't even need this because you're just a classroom teacher? You don't know. You know, you can only speculate or just kind of look back and start trying to look for proof. But I'm not doing that. I just wonder. Yeah. So, all right. Well, that's really it today. I just had like some random thoughts, and about the doctorate for teachers, and if you're a teacher during this scenario of what's going on in schools, how are you going to handle, even if you're not a teacher, if you're an educator, like you're a principal, you're an assistant principal, right? You're an instructional coach and you're going for the doctorate, under the newness of the new way schools are being run. How are you going to manage that? So, all right. Thank you all for being here today. I'm going to head on out. Be blessed. Bye.